Students, can you identify what is this? This is the mark statement of Rahul Sharma. If I ask in session ending examination, what is the marks of Rahul in mathematics? Then what you do? First you go to the subject maths, then you go to SCE exam and reply Rahul marks is 50. Yes or no? Here we arrange the subject and mark of different examination. Now tell me how subject are arranged. They are arranged in row and marks of different exam are arranged in column. So we can arrange above information as which are in data 1. If we only take the value of data 1, we get what is in data 2. Here only we write the value, which is called a matrix, where the value are arranged in row and column. Here there is 5 row, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5 and 4 column, column 1, column 2, column 3 and column 4. Then what is the definition of matrix? A matrix is a rectangular array of number, real or complex, arranged in rows and column. There is some example of matrix. First one is a matrix where there is 3 rows and 3 columns. In 2 there is 2 rows and 2 columns. In third matrix there is 3 rows and 2 columns. Some important points. Matrices are generally denoted by capital letters of alphabet, that is capital A, capital B, capital C. For example, 1001 is a matrix, then we can write A is equal to 1001. Next is, what is order of a matrix? Number of rows and columns that a matrix has is called its order. It is also called as dimension. For example, here A is a matrix. There is 2 rows and 2 columns. So order of A is 2 cross 2. Similarly, in matrix B, there is 3 rows and 2 columns. So order of B is 3 cross 2. We cannot say order of A is 4 or order of B is 6. If we say 4 and 6, that is the answer of number of elements present in matrix A and number of elements present in matrix B. So for order, we have to say row into column. That is order of matrix A is 2 cross 2 and order of matrix B is 3 cross 2. Next, element or entries of a matrix. Number present in a matrix are called elements. It is also called known as entries. It can be represented in the form of small aij, where I represent the row and j represent the column. For example, if we consider matrix A, then 1, 2, 3 and -1 are its element. Here A11 is 1, A12 is 2, A21 is 3 and 22 is equal to -1. Similarly, if we consider the matrix B, then what is the value of A13? For A13, we have to look the first row and third column. There is no matrix, no element in first row and third column. So we say that there is no element. If we find out A21 in matrix B, then the element present in second row and first column. Which element present in second row and first column? That is 2. So A21 is equal to 2. We also represent the matrix A as bracket of small a ij, where I is equal to 1 to 2 and j is equal to 1 and 2, because in matrix A there is 2 row and 2 column. Now we shall discuss about types of matrix. First one is rectangular matrix. What is a rectangular matrix? Any m cross n matrix where m not is equal to n is called a rectangular matrix. In rectangle, we know that length and breadth are not equal. Here also, number of rows and number of columns are not equal. Therefore, this matrix is called rectangular matrix. For example, A is a matrix where there is 3 rows and 2 columns. Therefore, we can say that A is a rectangular matrix whose order is 3 cross 2. Second one is square matrix. We know that in rectangle length and breadth are not equal, but in square length and breadth are equal. Similarly, in square matrix there is same number of row and column. So what is a square matrix? A matrix having same number of row and column is called a square matrix. For example, A is a matrix whose order is 2 cross 2. So A is a square matrix. We also say that A is a square matrix of order 2. Third one is row matrix. Matrix having only one row is called a row matrix. Whatever may be its column, but number of row must be 1. For example, A is a matrix whose elements are 1, 2, 3. Its order is 1 cross 3. There is only one row. So we said that A is a row matrix. If we write a matrix of order 1 cross 2, that is also a row matrix. If we write a matrix of order 1 cross 5, that is also a row matrix, because there is only one row. Similarly, in a column matrix, there is only one column. So what is a column matrix? Matrix having only one column is called a column matrix. For example, A is a matrix of 3 cross 1. Then there is one column. So A is a column matrix. If we write a matrix of order 2 cross 1 or 5 cross 1 or 6 cross 1, that are all column matrix, because the number of column is 1, whatever may be the number of rows. Fifth one is diagonal matrix. A square matrix in which all the elements except the diagonal element are 0. We know that in a square matrix the number of rows and number of columns are equal. Then a square matrix is said to be a diagonal matrix if all the elements except the diagonal elements are 0. We can say that Aij is said to be a diagonal matrix if Aij is equal to 0 where I not equal to j. If I is equal to j, then the element present in A11, A22, A33 are called the diagonal element. Here A be a matrix whose diagonal element are 1, 2 and 3. Here look here, in matrix A, except the diagonal element, all other elements are 0. Therefore we can say that A is a diagonal matrix. Sixth one is scalar matrix. A diagonal matrix is said to be a scalar matrix if all the diagonal elements are equal. In a diagonal matrix, we know that except diagonal elements, all other elements are 0. In scalar matrix, diagonal elements are same. Therefore, in scalar matrix, diagonal elements are same. For example, here A is a matrix whose diagonal elements are 2, 2 and 2. Other elements are 0. Therefore, A is a scalar matrix. Seventh one is identity matrix, which is an important one. A scalar matrix is said to be an identity matrix if its diagonal element is unity. In scalar matrix, we know that diagonal elements are equal. In identity matrix, diagonal elements is unity, means 1. Therefore, a matrix in which diagonal elements are 1 and other elements are 0 is called a identity matrix. And this matrix can be represented as capital I2, capital I3. Here capital I2 means identity matrix of order 2. I3 means identity matrix of order 3. Now tell me, in an identity matrix, if I not equal to j, then what are the value of the elements? Those elements are 0. If I is equal to j, then the element present in diagonal place, and in identity matrix, diagonal elements are 1. Therefore, Aij is a identity matrix if Aij is equal to 0, where I not equal to j. It means element present in first row, second column, first row, third column, second row, first column, second row, third column, third row, first column, third row, second column, those are 0. And element present in diagonal place means where I is equal to j, then element value is 1. Eighth one is zero matrix. A matrix whose all elements are 0 is called a zero matrix. It is also known as null matrix. It is not necessary that zero matrix is a square matrix. Zero matrix can be formed of any order and it is represented as capital O. For example, if we write the matrix as capital O3, then that is a zero matrix of order 3 cross 3, means a 3 cross 3 matrix whose all elements are 0. If we write capital O2, that means a square matrix of order 2 whose all elements are 0. If we write O32, that means a matrix having 3 rows and 2 columns and all the elements are 0. Ninth one is upper triangular matrix. A square matrix is said to be an upper triangular matrix if Aij is equal to 0 for I greater than j. That means the element where rows value is greater than the column value, then that element is equal to 0. For example, element in place of row second row first column is 0, third row first column 0, third row second column 0. Or indirectly we can say that जो स्क्वायर मैट्रिक्स का डायगोनल का अपर पार्ट में वैल्यू रहेगा और लोअर पार्ट में 0 होगा तो उसको हम अपर ट्रायंगुलर मैट्रिक्स बोलेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल, हियर ए इज ए मैट्रिक्स हुज डायगोनल एलिमेंट्स आर 1, 5, 1 and lower part of 1, 5, 1 is 0 and upper part of diagonal element there is some value, then this is called a upper triangular matrix. Similarly, what is a lower triangular matrix? जो मैट्रिक्स का डायगोनल का लोअर पार्ट में वैल्यू रहेगा, अपर पार्ट का एलिमेंट सब 0 होगा, हम उसको लोअर ट्रायंगुलर मैट्रिक्स बोलेंगे. That means a square matrix is said to be a lower triangular matrix if Aij is equal to 0 for I less than j. I less than j means row value is less than column value. For example, if we consider the element in place of first row second column, first row third column, or second row third column, that are all 0. For example, here A is a matrix whose diagonal elements are 1, 5 and 1. Its lower values are 2, 3, 0 and upper values all are 0. Therefore, this is a lower triangular matrix. 11th one is Idempotent Matrix. A matrix A is said to be a idempotent matrix if A square is equal to A. Here A square means A into A. For example, if we take A is equal to 1001, we know that 1001 is also a identity matrix. When we find out A square, that means if we multiply A with A, then we also get A. Therefore, we say that A is a idempotent matrix. 12th one is nilpotent matrix. A matrix A is said to be a nilpotent matrix if A square is a null matrix. That means if we multiply A with A, then we got a null matrix. For example, A is equal to 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1. That is a nilpotent matrix. जब हम मैट्रिक्स का मल्टीप्लाई पढ़ेंगे उसके बाद हम चेक कर सकते हैं here if A is equal to 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1, then A square is equal to 0. Therefore, we say that A is a nilpotent matrix with index 2. Why index is 2? Because X square is a null matrix. If for any matrix AQ is a null matrix, then we say that A is a nilpotent matrix with index 3. If for some matrix A to the power 4 is equal to a null matrix, then we say that A is a nilpotent matrix with index 4. Next is important one, which is transpose matrix. What is a transpose matrix? If we interchange row and column of a matrix A, then the matrix obtained is called a transpose matrix and it is written as A power T or A dash. For example, A is a matrix of order 2 cross 3 whose elements in first row are 1, 2, 3 and second row are 4, 5, 6. If we change row to column, means if we write 1, 2, 3 in first column and 4, 5, 6 in second column, then we get a matrix of order 3 cross 2 and that is the transpose matrix of A and we represent it as AT. Now tell me, A is a matrix of order 3 cross 4. Then what is the order of A transpose? Order of A transpose is 4 cross 3 because in transpose row is interchanged to column and column is interchanged to row. 14th one is symmetric matrix. A matrix is said to be a symmetric matrix if A transpose is equal to A. We know that in transpose we have to interchange row to column. So, for example, A is a matrix whose first row elements are 1, 2, 3. If we write 1, 2, 3 in first column, second row element is 2, 5, 6. If we write that in second column, and third row is 3, 6, 1. If we write in third column, then we get A transpose. Here look, A and A transpose are equal, therefore A is a symmetric matrix. तो सिमेट्रिक मैट्रिक्स कैसे लिखोगे? डायगोनल प्लेस में कुछ भी वैल्यू लिखो, फर्स्ट रो सेकेंड कॉलम में जो एलिमेंट का जो वैल्यू लिखोगे वही सेम वैल्यू सेकेंड रो फर्स्ट कॉलम में रहेगा। जैसे यहाँ ए मैट्रिक्स ए में फर्स्ट रो सेकेंड कॉलम और सेकेंड रो फर्स्ट कॉलम में 2 है। सिमिलरली फर्स्ट रो थर्ड कॉलम में जो एलिमेंट रहेगा थर्ड रो फर्स्ट कॉलम में भी वही एलिमेंट रहेगा, हियर दैट इज 3। सिमिलरली सेकेंड रो थर्ड कॉलम में जो एलिमेंट रहेगा वो थर्ड रो सेकेंड कॉलम में वही एलिमेंट रहेगा, तो वो सिमेट्रिक मैट्रिक्स हो जाता है। नेक्स्ट वन इज स्क्यू सिमेट्रिक मैट्रिक्स। ए मैट्रिक्स इज सेड टू बी स्क्यू सिमेट्रिक इफ ए ट्रांसपोज इज इक्वल टू -a. If we write in element form, then A11 is equal to -A11. Now tell me when A11 is equal to -A11. If A11 is equal to 0. Therefore in skew symmetric matrix the diagonal element must be 0. और क्या होगा? फर्स्ट रो सेकेंड कॉलम में जो एलिमेंट वैल्यू लिखेंगे उस सेकेंड रो फर्स्ट कॉलम में उसका नेगेटिव रखेंगे। फर्स्ट रो थर्ड कॉलम में जो वैल्यू लिखेंगे उसका नेगेटिव वैल्यू थर्ड रो फर्स्ट कॉलम में रखेंगे। सिमिलरली सेकेंड रो थर्ड कॉलम में जो वैल्यू लिखेंगे उसका नेगेटिव वैल्यू थर्ड रो और सेकेंड कॉलम में लिखेंगे। हियर A is a matrix and A transpose is equal to -a, therefore A is a skew symmetric matrix. Now tell me null matrix is a symmetric matrix. This statement is true or false? This is true because in null matrix all elements are 0. In its transpose we get all elements are 0, therefore a null matrix is a symmetric matrix. Similarly null matrix is also a skew symmetric matrix because all elements are 0 and 0 minus 0 are equal. Therefore null matrix is a matrix which is both symmetric and skew symmetric. Last one is orthogonal matrix. A square matrix A is said to be orthogonal matrix if A into A transpose is a identity matrix. Next class we shall discuss about some properties of transpose matrix.